Nice.
I'm old. Welcome to yet another edition of Bobby's Background Makes You Go, what the fuck is that? Or POS, whatever one you want to do. We won't tell you. You can guess. At the end, you win a prize, a hug from Bobby. With me, as always, is the hugger, Bobby. Bobby, tell us who we're with today. Is that how we used to do this?
Hey, it's the POS show with your host, Pat Oates, and your other host, Bobby Tamburo, who forgot that he's not supposed to call Pat the host because it's been a while since we've done this format.
Call me the hosts. I like that. It's a host and oats. The hosts.
Joining us this week, she used to live where cannibals lived and hates snow. It's Andrea Bryant.
Hi, everybody. Good to see
That'd
you.
be a good Tinder bio. It's always like, boy, I like the bombers and snow. That's cool.
Yeah,
You're going to talk to that guy just to see what he has to say.
definitely. Yeah.
Not going to
you
meet
need a
him.
hook. That's
Yeah,
fine.
you're not going to meet him, but you'll definitely message
Oh, yeah.
him.
That's start of a beautiful pen pal friendship via dating app of your choice. Yeah.
Do either of you guys ever have a pen pal?
Like when they made you in school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also old. They made you do that. So
I had a pen pal as an adult.
wait, what? Are they in jail? Like Ben Ortiz?
No. This was a girl who had a boyfriend and a young man who had a weigh-in. It was like, let's not be in a relationship. Let's just be pen pals.
Like you legitimately pen to paper wrote stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Dearest Tiffany, I miss the longing of your eyes.
Close. And the reason with you using that name, Tiffany's going to be very mad at me after this podcast.
I don't know why that was the guess. Just felt like it was a fun one to say.
Man.
We sent I sent a letter. She sent a letter. I sent a letter.
You did first letter.
Yes.
Which means you had to get address.
Yeah. I mean, we were friends, but this was me trying to steal her from her boyfriend.
No, I understand that. But like in this day and age, this wasn't that long ago.
No, I mean, like, we met at a camp where she was living in a tent. If I was going to do something bad, it would have happened.
No, I don't mean bad. I just meant getting an address nowadays. Wacky.
Yeah.
I mean, this was probably a decade ago.
Yeah, I guess that was still address times, kind of. But like, if I asked, though, I think a woman would rather me just show up in front of her house rather than ask me for her address. Because at least she can go, oh, maybe you found it on GPS. That sounds creepier to go, what is your address? Like, email?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh.
I forget the exact order of events, but I'm pretty sure this was post me telling her I loved her. So it could be.
Yeah, like it's a generational thing because like I hang out with the older veterans at the American Legion Hall and they'll just be like, they'll say, what's your address? Where do you live?
Right.
It's not creepy coming from them, but like people my age it's like, oh, are you in one of the boroughs? Like they make it real wide geographically, like, oh, where are you at? But it's not.
I want to invite you to our big protest that they never threw us a parade when we got home from Vietnam.
Yeah.
I remember I was at a comedy show and a female comic who was a newer comic wasn't on the show. She was just watching it. And then she asked me afterwards, she goes, oh, I'm looking to go to some open mics. So I said, where do you live? Because then I could tell her what fucking open mics to go. I didn't mean like her street address. I just could tell. She goes, easy. I have a boyfriend. I go, then ask him what the fucking open mics are. I don't know, but you're a psychopath. I want to know. I'm not going to send you to Massachusetts if you live in New Jersey, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't asking for like your street address. I was trying to help. You came up to me and asked me for shit. It got weird.
Well, and you're going to be a gentleman, Pat. You're not going to fuck her at your place. You're going to fuck her at a hotel or.
I'm not gonna fuck her anywhere. I am so Ken dolled up. I'm done with all that shit. I'll sit there and I'll have tea with you, but you're leaving.
Yeah.
You're out. I'm not fucking. I'm too busy telling jokes. I don't want humans around me anymore. Like for any reason but laughing or paying. That's it.
No,
just tie a bow real quick on the pen pal story.
Sorry. Back to Bobby's fucking Degrassi High story. Go ahead.
It ended with her sending a letter, and then like we started dating, and one drunken night getting screamed at, and you never wrote me back. So fuck pen pals.
What?
Okay, wait. You can't start before I went off my diatribe with like it started with I love you and then a letter, which is wacky. Like you're way past letters and you already said I love you. And it ended with a letter and then saying you don't write anymore. What was the middle? Give us the story. What happened? Let's find out who the piece of shit is in a pen pal story.
Okay, all right, yeah. So I had appendicitis. Was
Pen?
That's good.
Ah.
I was on morphine, and she called me, and it was one of those in a car thing.
But wait, back. How did you know, or why did she know to call you when you're on morphine? What's going on here? What's the story? How do you know this, Lee?
We met at a camp, like I said.
Right. No, I asked you to tell the whole story, not just get to the end. So how did you're at a camp? What kind of camp? How old are you at camp?
I don't want to give. No. We were counselors.
Oh, holy shit!
Was it a drug camp?
No, I don't want to give too many details away.
Well, you already know her name's Tiffany in your road tour. How many people are that?
No. My current Tiffany's gonna be pissed that I didn't write her a letter. That's the
My
trouble you got me
current
into.
Tiffany.
Ah.
This is my your new show on Netflix is My Current Tiffany. I only date Tiffany's and write letters.
Can't do blackface no more. My current Tiffany.
Who was that guy who used to give out dating tip? That man, what was it? He wrote a book on it. It was all like how to be cool with ladies. The pickup artist.
Ben Franklin.
Oh, Ben Franklin wrote fart jokes. Anyway,
Yeah.
go ahead. A lot of fart. He loves fart jokes.
So
you're both counselors at camp, like one of those '80s movies of Justine Bateman and Justin Bateman. They shouldn't have dated. They did in the show. Anyway, and then you locked eyes and fell in love and wrote letters.
we went on a date, I believe.
Camp date?
No, this was post camp. So we met up after camp, went on a date. I distinctly remember not kissing her because I was like, I'm gonna keep her intrigued.
I'm holding out. I'm not a
Then
holder.
we both went our ways for the year. Came back the next year. She had a boyfriend. I was like, soccer goalie. I could still score. You know,
You
those
hold
rules.
out for the whole year, waiting to see her again, all in love.
Sure. Let's just
No,
say it
tell
was
the tale.
No, I mean, like, you see what I'm bringing to the table. There weren't a ton of options I turned down for her, but
Guessing young camping Bobby's hot.
it kind of ended like, you know, that date happened and then no text. And then young Camp Bobby was not hot. I'm in much better shape now.
Probably hotter, right? You're better now? You were
Oh,
slothing around the woods?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
I think Andrea's seen pictures of the heavy.
Yeah, but I'd be
days.
mad. I'd be mad if you were my counselor. You were just like, are you 90 and 15? Go ahead. Anyway, Camp Love. Go ahead.
Well, without giving too much away, then I'd just pop you off your ventilator and go, "Who's funny now, Brandon?"
Ooh. Fighting words.
Really?
Good luck fighting without oxygen.
If you're in the best shape right now, fuck up. Anyway, go ahead. So you're a year later, you lock eyes. She's got a boyfriend. You're all.
So I'm like, all right, long play here. What if we're pen pals? She's on board. Shit happens.
And she goes, I didn't know you were gay.
No.
I didn't know you were born in the 17th century. How romantic.
He's wearing like a Civil War outfit. Like, my dearest Scarlet.
He asks her father, do I have permission to write this bitch?
he traded her father 2 goats for the permission to speak to her. It was nice.
Yes.
I think her dad's exact words were, "Do you know what borderline personality is?" I was like, "No." He's like, "All right, yeah, have fun, play ball." But
it's not a disorder. That's an order. That's what he said. Yeah.
You're gonna learn today. But yeah, so then pen pal stuff happens back and forth throughout that year.
Stuff happens is my new hashtag. It's probably a crazy thing. And how stuff happened. I'm gonna write that like, sorry, our electric company, I didn't send my bill into you. And how stuff happens.
Oh, you know what? You are right. There was one girl named Jade, and because she comes up in the story later, because she threw herself at me, and I'd be like, "No, I'm in love with somebody else." That's later in the story. But anyway, so I get appendicitis.
You know, was it the camp?
No, we're not at camp. We're in the winter now. We've gone our separate ways for.
How far away did you live separate ways? How long was a letter rate?
Like 3 hours.
Oh, okay. So it really did make sense to use the postal system and not like I'll drop it off at her house or something.
Or AOL.
Well, I mean, yeah. It was more about like the excitement of getting a letter, you know.
Or a phone call?
Yeah.
Well, she had a boyfriend. What would he think if we were talking late at night on the phone?
Did he live with
her?
her?
Yeah, I mean, especially peak minutes, shit like that. I mean, it's 10
she
years.
lived with a man. I'm sorry, Andrea, but she lived with a man and she was a camp counselor. She retarded.
Them titties ain't retarded.
Hey!
It was college.
She was Tiffany.
It was college.
Oh, okay.
We worked at the camp in the summer.
In college?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You're better now. You've done better
you.
now. I'm not. I was never cool when I wasn't bad.
Yeah, you weren't awesome like me.
It was not. I never wrote to him.
Yeah, so
3
then
hours
I
away.
guess I had appendicitis, and I got a bunch of painkillers for it. And then, like 3 days later, her boyfriend pretended he had appendicitis, and that's when I was like, "Oh, he feels threatened because he did it." And then I got super high, and she got super high, and we were. She called me and was like, "Hey," and then did that thing where you hang up the phone and go, "All right, love you, bye," but didn't.
Who did that, or she did that?
She did that, but didn't
Oh.
mean it. Like it was just a reflexive thing. And then I
Yeah.
texted it, and then there was document proof. And
Like I said, I love you to my teacher once. I was
Yeah.
little. I said, love you. It's like, what? The whole class laughed at me. It's like, God damn it. I just say to my mom like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much
It
that.
happens.
And then her boyfriend eventually they broke up because she was crazy and in slid old Tamburo.
You waited until the whole relationship ended.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a suicide attempt in there at some point, but
Ooh.
God damn.
not by me.
No, I meant by which one of them?
Oh, by
Appendicitis
her,
or
obviously.
I don't know. One's got a fake appendicitis. He seems just as nuts.
That
You're
Had to be to
faking. You're
date
faking
that bitch.
illness.
Yeah, especially post breakup, guys.
Yeah,
Guys
guys
are
get way more
overrepresented in the
wacky.
whole suicide thing.
Women are usually wacky during, and men are wacky after. That's usually the balance. Take me back, being all nuts. The woman's like in the middle. Like, if you don't do this, I'll leave you, type thing. Or I know you're gonna leave me, but when it's over, the woman's usually better. All right, next. The guy's like, "Fuck, I'm outside with a boombox and shit." Like usually that works out. Or writing a letter.
Yeah.
So that was kind of like our first go around, you know.
You date again after that? After the suicide attempt?
Well, no, the suicide attempt was before we dated.
That was
Oh.
just foreplay.
Oh.
I don't
That
want to.
didn't
I
throw
don't
you
want to
off the
misstep.
trail.
That suicide attempt was before we dated.
Damn, dude.
You know what the piece of shit is, Bobby? The United States Postal Service. They should have shut this down right away. Two
Yeah,
lunatics right into each other. They should have ripped that shit up.
Treat it like a chain letter, just fucking deep six it.
Was your mom always excited? Robert, your lover writ to you again, and ran upstairs with the letter. There's like little hearts and kisses on it.
Why is this whore sending letters to my house, Bobby?
Mom says whore.
Valid question.
She did not like that, Tiffany, if you catch my drift.
This lady of the evening is writing to my Robert again.
That tattooed slut sent you another letter.
She knew she had. Did she have tattoos?
Yeah.
Of
Hell
canoes?
No.
Because I can't believe.
You know what, Pat? I'll tell you this because I think you'll like it. Her
like all this.
favorite tattoo of mine, was she had a bee.
Like a bumblebee?
Yeah, and can you guess where it was?
Right above her snatch.
Nope.
No, it's gonna be something dumber.
Pat, it's in your wheelhouse.
I know. I'm thinking booby, but I'm trying to think where it would be. Butthole?
On her knees.
Oh,
because it was the bee's knees.
Bee's knees. Yeah, it was too corny. I wasn't there. Fuck. Damn it.
God.
The bee's knees.
Just
Just a bee, though? Not a bee on each one?
I think it was 2 bees on one knee, maybe.
Okay, because you need the bee's knee. I was wondering how you did that.
Wow. Just for that terrible joke. I wouldn't even be friends with someone who did that.
That would be the only reason I was friends with them. Like
It's
the whole
really
rest of it's crazy, but I'm like, if you see their tattoo, like break it up. Wear shorts always.
The tattoo is really the personality litmus test.
It really is. Yeah.
She hooks up with Bobby finally. She gets down on her knees. I was like, get up, we're gonna ruin the tattoo.
Save the tattoo. She had a bunch of cats, Andrea, and there was only one that really liked me.
Yeah.
And as I could see the relationship kind of slipping away, I knew there was another guy, and I was suspicious. So I trained the cat. Like I would show him a picture and spray him in the face with water. To this day, that cat can't be in the same room alone with that other dude.
Are they?
Wow.
Is that a
I mean,
thing?
cats can't really recognize faces from pictures unless it's like a cutout. Then they kind of see like something's going on.
He's got a really stupid face, so maybe the cat was just like,
well,
"Oh,
that's a
okay,
really smart
dumb
cat.
face." Yeah.
Well, also that means that this guy and this cat still see each other frequently, years and years later. That's why and Bobby somehow knows that to this day the cat can't see this man. There's a lot of holes in this story, Bob.
There aren't. There are a lot of fake Instagrams. Just kidding.
Very
of course.
nice.
What is old Tiffany
maybe
up
the
to
cat
now?
just hates men now. Like, man is gonna spray me in the face. I remember this crap.
Bobby
Mission
likes to spray in the
accomplished
face.
either way.
Yes, this is true.
Bobby, what's Tiffany up to now?
Growing plants and being happy.
Knowing you keep up with all the women that you ever
Prob-
mentioned.
Probably about to get engaged, if I had to guess. Seems
Ooh.
like there are a lot of posts.
He knows.
It also feels
Dude,
like
I like how you're always like, she's the crazy one, but all these women get together going, that guy Bobby's a fucking lunatic. He still likes every picture of me. We hung out one day in camp. He got my address for the
Whoa,
camp
whoa, whoa,
counselor
whoa.
list.
Pat, you're assuming too much. You're assuming that these women are going to get along. Impossible.
Well, I'm also assuming they're
there are
real,
multiple.
Andrea, so that's a lot. These aren't real women.
You're
True.
assuming there are multiple and it's not just the same one, different stories.
Nah. That's okay. These things happen.
Was
No.
Tiffany attractive?
The current one or that one?
The camp one. We're not talking current people.
This is going to be really mean. But the first date we went on, she was. And then a
Mhm.
year of college kind of destroyed a lot.
What, she got fat? That doesn't make it ugly. She didn't get disfigured. She still had the same head. She got so fat her head changed?
Oh yeah.
No. 1 year? How much weight did she gain in 1 year? For a head change.
She went from running back to right guard.
Whoa.
Antiperspirant?
God. That's like 10 pounds a month, dude. That's crazy.
Mhm.
Yeah, with no breaks.
Like freshman 15 every month, like every
It
6
was-
weeks. Wild.
It was rough. Well, I mean, she had to end up in my league somehow.
Ah.
But then, you know what, Bobby? This story's bullshit. You're lying.
How am I lying?
Fat people get carpal tunnel and can't write. How did she write to you after fat?
Valid
I
question.
win.
Let's see.
I'm a detective. I win.
Still Facebook friends.
So Facebook, how fat is she now?
Oh no, I'm clearly blocked.
Oh, can't find her nowhere.
Oh boy.
First
Son
of
a
all,
bitch.
Andrea, that was too quick the way he searched her. It was beyond like I'm blocked.
Yeah, I have this I have this bookmarked. Ah, damn it, I'm blocked. Like I didn't know that ahead of time.
Like I'm not always on this page.
Yeah.
Are you blocked everywhere?
Looks like Facebook.
When's the last time you tried to make contact?
A little bit ago. Didn't go well.
Yesterday?
No, I mean, did I look at her plan Instagram yesterday? Maybe. It does feel like there are a lot more pictures with the current boyfriend ending up on the plan Instagram, like she knows
She knows what? She's got a boyfriend?
that I'm looking at it.
I don't think she's thinking of you.
Oh, I have textual documentation from the last time we talked that she is.
But good ways are like Bob.
I can assure you that not a day goes by that she doesn't curse my fucking name. That's a
Okay, it's
quote.
not a good way.
Boy. Wow. What did you do to leave such a negative impression on this psychopath?
You told everybody on a podcast that she's fat.
No,
Wow.
I just did that.
I know.
You didn't. I mean, that's one thing to do that. There's plausible deniability. It was another thing to put the link to her Facebook in the YouTube description. I think that was in poor taste.
It's just her at a hot dog eating contest champion again. It says underneath.
She won. She didn't even know she was competing.
Now, Bobby, did
Make
she
these
get
hot dogs
fat?
disappear.
Did she get fat or did she get fatter?
No, what you first said. She was skinny in shape. Like,
So then she wasn't really fat. Even she was just a bigger girl. If she was skinny, she didn't gain 100 pounds in a year. She'd be in books. There'd be tales told of this woman.
you want to make a wager on that?
Ooh.
Wager, WEIGH.
I'll weigh her on that.
Wager with a hard R. But
Wait,
yeah, I do. In this weird thing I can't prove and you can't prove because you're blocked and I don't know her. Yeah, let's bet on how much weight she gained in 1 year. Without your plausibility, I win.
Hang on, there might be pictures of us together.
Ooh.
So
Let's
it
see.
doesn't do anything from the year time we're talking about in 100 pounds.
I'll see what I can find. I'll
No,
keep you
I need
posted.
documentation of actual a scale from what for a bet to happen from 1 year to the next.
What if you don't? What if it's that obvious?
Not good with the eye.
I can't find any pictures.
I'll look at someone that gained 6 pounds. But God, what happened to you? Like, I don't know.
Text me the URL. I'll look them up. I'll get the pictures since I'm not blocked and send them to you.
You
I
might be
like your
blocked.
style. You probably are.
She probably blocked anyone that knows.
She's thorough.
Well then I will log in with a company Facebook account and stalk her that way. She can't
I
be that thorough.
I will not say I am part of any of this once we get to the stalking terms.
No. We're good. She's happy. I'm happy. New Tiffany's great.
I don't know if she's happy. She had to block you. She's just trying to live her life.
No. She says that, but she also.
What are we doing? Don't do that.
I'm just kidding. No, every once in a while, in a blue moon, she'll reach out and make sure we're doing okay. You know,
Or we.
like I'll reach out or she'll reach out and just be
You
like,
reach out.
No, occasionally she.
And after the 5th message, they're like, hey, and then you left that bubble thing where you pretend like you didn't mean to. You wrote a bubble to say like, "Oh, I didn't mean to text you this bubble," and then they hope they respond. That thing.
I'm not that desperate.
I used to get those. I was like, "What are these balloons?" No, balloons don't answer.
Occasionally, I can post something kind of right wing to get a lecture if I'm really missing the attention.
Wow, that is that's
You are.
That's pretty sad. I gotta be honest.
See, I know I'm happy this is happening though, because I think there's too many people in the world that do these blanket things of men always act like this and women act like this, but it's not male or female or a gender thing. We're all emotional wrecks, and at least Bobby's able to say that, hey, he's a feelings man, and when his feelings are hurt, he can act like a psychopath just like the rest of us. I'm happy you can say that, Bobby.
How am I acting like a psychopath?
Everything you're saying is a fucking lifetime.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty wild.
Yeah, all that is nuts, and we weren't even talking about that. You just brought that to the table.
All right, welcome to the POS show.
Thanks.
Oh boy, look! How many other people have you written to?
Like handwritten letters?
Like pen pals?
Just her.
So that's not a pen pal. That's like pen love.
Thanks
Pen
for bringing
gal.
it up. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, but like a pen pal is when I wrote to a kid in like China or something.
Yeah. I mean, there was some of that. Like, I wrote to a kid in another school, like, we got assigned.
Yeah, I had one in
5th
California
grade.
when I was in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And we had to write another kid. We all got a name. It was one kid. How are you? I like Transformers. He's like, I like GoBots. I'm like, oh, you're poor. And I was like,
I had something like that in 5th grade. We wrote soldiers who were in Iraq. And so I wrote mine like, hey, buddy, did you find those weapons of mass destruction yet? It would sure help President Bush if you could find those weapons of mass destruction. I'm sure they're over there. We definitely had good information on those weapons of mass destruction.
And then the guy wrote back, he's like, hey, Bobby, I'll find them once you show me some pictures of your mom's tits. We can use that over here for the war.
I was like, hey, she is a patriot.
And tell Tiffany she's getting fat.
She is.
Yeah, I adopted a sail, like before I joined the Navy, I adopted a sailor on some fucking ship and sent him like video games, magazines, food, all sorts of crap. You know, just to make the time go by a little bit quicker. But then
you had also experienced that already, right?
No, this is before I joined.
Oh, beforehand. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it might have been a recruiting tool. Who knows? They're like, yes, this young woman will join the Navy and ruin her life. Let's do it.
She's got nothing else going for her.
Yeah. If she has to adopt a sailor, like, she needs to do something with her fucking life.
Which, by the way, sounds like a thing you would do if you were in the YMCA or the Village People fan club. Adopt a sailor. It's like,
or a construction worker. You could mix it up.
I got an Indian chief.
Yeah.
And it's okay to call them that because that guy was just from New Jersey.
Yeah.
He wasn't an Indian nor a chief.
Yeah. Yeah,
he would be a high-ranking chief and be in a singing quartet.
Well, how high-ranking were chiefs? I mean, tribes were fairly small. It's like, oh, you're chief of like what, 20 people? Whoop-de shit.
Yeah, but if you're the manager of 20 people in a business, you're still the manager. You can't
That's
help
true.
that
You
your
get to put
business
it
is
on
big.
your fucking Native American resume.
Yes,
There you go.
your indigenous resume, indigenous LinkedIn,
So you can teach at Harvard, of course.
Yeah. and how. Okay, that's sorry, Bobby. I'll write to you about it. Bobby will write to people. If you join our Patreon today, Bobby will write you a letter.
No, I won't.
But we couldn't get Patreon.
Yeah.
Pat,
Bobby, you
fool
write
me.
one. But Bobby, write one fake letter and you send it out all of them. You don't have to fucking really write it.
That's true.
Spoken like a true non-pen pal having punk. You don't know the love that goes into letters, man.
We got one guy who listens. He's actually a high school kid. He's on Instagram and he posts the rough shit. But he listens all the time. His name's Riley. Riley would write to you because he had heartache and you can just talk about it because you're a grown up and he's a high school guy and he always deals. His Instagram makes me sad because he goes through heartache a lot. And I think he's a good kid. He listens to our stuff, but he's always like beat down and sad. And he can look up to you and go, "Oh, maybe I'll just always be sad like Bob."
Yeah, Riley, here's the secret. You're always going to be sad. It doesn't get better. Just get married to the game like me and Meek Mill.
When Meek Mill have did Meek Mill have pen pals? I mean,
No,
he
he's-
does write some bars.
He's married to the game of rap. I'm married to the game of comedy.
And you
All
both
right.
got dissed by Drake.
Yeah, we both fucking hate Toronto too, Pat.
Yeah, you
What do you
do
think
hate
about that?
Toronto.
Yeah, and we're both from Pennsylvania.
I have a weird feeling Meek Mill's not his real name.
I think it is.
I think
I
it's
think that's
I think it's
Who named
Meek
their kid
Millstein.
Meek? That's stupid.
When you looked at him and you went, it's Meek.
Yeah. He was
His
premature.
other kid's brother, Robust. He's like, the other one is looking. He's so robust.
Could be.
robust.
Yeah,
Why
no, it's
can't
his
you
sister.
rap
His
like your
sister's
brother
named
Meek?
Robust.
I like Robust as a child name. If you adopt another sailor, change his name.
Oh yeah, just inform.
Yeah,
his
if you
chain of
adopt
command.
someone, you can change their name. That's the rules.
That is true. Yeah. Like, well, I renamed him Mike, but he goes by I don't know.
It's always like,
funny
well,
name.
we just got Ching Chong, but her name's Mary now. Mary
Well,
Ching Chong.
Asians are usually kind enough to change their goofy names to something American anyway. So, right. Wait, what was your name? Yuja with it's Jay. Perfect. Love it.
I would like that process. You're at you go to the Hall of Records, whatever. It's like, we'd like to change your goofy name to something real. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like all the Asian kids growing up, like I knew them by their American names, and then like you'd find out, like you'd see their birth certificate, you're like, what the fuck is your first name? Like,
We had a
right,
girl
cool.
on the first day of class. You know, the teacher would be like, "What's your name? What do you want to be called?"
Yes.
And the girl thought the question was like, "What do you wish your name was?" Not like, "What's your nickname?" So she was like, "My name is Megan, but I want to be called Destiny." So we had Destiny for the rest of the year until her mom found out and got real mad and wrote like a letter to the teacher and was like, "Please stop calling my daughter a stripper name," which would have been fine, except there was a girl whose real name was Destiny in the class.
Nice.
Of course there was.
A lot of bad letters are written in your area of the woods, buddy. Everybody's got to stop writing stuff.
It might have been an email. I don't know. I dated
then?
Destiny though.
You dated
Third
Destiny?
grade. Yeah.
How'd that
real
go?
one or
Third
the fake
grade?
one?
Yeah, I was a player in third grade.
Oh, that was a good question, Andrew. Real Destiny or fake Destiny?
No, this is going to be the running theme of the Tamburo story. Bobby's attracted to whores. The girl who wanted to be called Destiny.
Well, first of
So
all,
in other words, Bobby is straight. All right.
yeah, well, not in that, but Bobby, I mean, not that everyone's attracted to whores, but whores are always attractive. Hence the title of their job. They're there to be out there for you.
Tell that to fucking Tiffany then, Pat.
Well, she's doing good.
Yeah, she and that other dude are real happy.
Yeah, because he likes whores.
Yeah.
No, he tamed that whore.
Good for
You can never tame a whore, Bobby.
I know, that's what I'm banking on. Me and Harry Chapin. Here comes sequel in 10 years.
Damn, this is why you don't get laid. The Harry Chapin shit. Enough quoting Harry Chapin. You're not a 90-year-old man. Stop quoting Harry Chapin.
I got into town a little early. Had 8 hours to kill before the show. Tell me that couldn't be fitting for comedy.
You know what? I get it now. Like, so you're writing her a letter and you send a mixtape and it's Harry Chapin, and she goes, "I'm gonna eat this mixtape," and then she just kept eating everything. I'd rather eat than listen to this or read this letter. And she gained 100 pounds of Harry Chapin guilt.
I think her exact comment was, "I get it. He tells good stories, but his music and singing sucks."
Yeah, Tiffany, I get you. We should talk. You know what, Tiffany? You sound cool. Yeah, he's decent at telling a story, but he stinks. He's like Bob Dylan. He writes well, but he stinks at singing.
Yeah. Oh God, Bob
Stinks.
Dylan.
Bob Dylan's the worst. The only one worse is Harry Chapin.
Go fuck yourself.
Team Tiffany. Woo!
Yeah,
it's
a whore
Tiffany's
with
destiny.
taste. Good for Tiffany.
And Destiny. They're both doing good.
Enjoy Tiffany's surprise.
Enjoy? Who's Joy?
Nope, I said enjoy.
Oh,
Tiffany's
I was like,
surprise.
God damn it. How many
Oh, that means Joy's black?
Enjoy. I appreciate Enjoy. That's a Gino bit, but still sounds like
I don't know.
It's not, but it would be now. It's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Enjoy to the world, but not to this world. Bobby, so are they all hooker names? Or Tiffany's not a real name. I guess that it's not real.
Tiffany might be the name of a lady.
You keep saying that. If you don't want us to know that, why do you keep saying it? Tiffany's the fake one that you write to in Ohio?
Yeah, that was a different chick.
That's gone now too? How many bitches you got?
Oh no, yeah.
What are we doing with our neck? Our headphones.
Oh, he's gonna strangle himself with the cord.
Oh, I'm kidding.
That'd be awesome.
Stand by.
No, it's early. Oh, I'm recording. You can do that. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
As
long as I can stop and show it.
Yeah.
Slowly, just rocking back and forth.
And then he logs on and goes, fuck. I was just going to bring him back to my life, too. He's dead.
We just see scattered pixels of like the partially keyed out chair being kicked out from underneath you.
Scattered pixels of the times we left behind. But Bobby, she would like you better if you were hanging. She likes plants, right? That's fun. Don't kill yourself.
No, I'm good.
All right.
I got
What's your
in
hat
Ohio.
say, Bobby?
It's the Goku symbol from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay. I was gonna guess
that's the name of that Chinese kid I wrote to in the third grade. That's what it is.
It means destiny in Mandarin.
Yeah, it means the reason why I write to women. Because I have Goku symbol on my head.
Yeah.
Goku symbol on my head. Sorry.
Christmas song. Shit on anime?
No, I'm talking shit about you.
Okay, fair enough. I'll allow that.
It's like, hey, my kids who are younger than you love anime. I watch it with them, but I wouldn't wear a hat.
I never got into Dragon Ball Z, but as far as anime goes, Cowboy Bebop was my jam.
That's old school. So it's good stuff. No, that's not bad either. Dragon Ball Z is kind of like anime for retarded children.
Yeah, well, and Cowboy Bebop had like
no, it's not. Fuck you.
It is though, dude.
No,
but the soundtrack, Cowboy Bebop, wins every time.
Well, it's also just a more complex show adults can watch. Not kids who like Windows.
Ooh, I'm a bounty hunter that used to be part of a legion. Yeah.
That's
Goku.
Way cooler than Dragon Ball.
Half monkey. I'm half monkey, half human. I can turn Super Saiyan, and all these fucking aliens come to my planet, and I gotta fight them one-on-one. Then I die. I learn a new move in heaven. Somebody gets the 7 Dragon Balls, brings me back, and occasionally my son's the one to save the day. Tell me that's not a more complex show.
No, it's goofy and stupid.
Yeah.
What, you want your fights to happen in one episode? You don't want 7 episodes of Goku holding his hands in the air like this going, I'm summoning a spirit bomb? Come on.
Well, I know what I'm watching this weekend, so.
It's going to take you several.
Oh, dude, you know what I watched? Have you seen that movie Megan yet?
No, what's it about?
The AI girl that you've probably seen the ads or like the things on TikTok and shit. They made an AI girl, and she's like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's not good. No people are watching.
Oh, right. I forgot we're recording this.
This is just you and I having an intervention with Bobby's dating. Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think you'd like it because it's just like, it's not scary, but it's also not good, but it's also not terrible. It doesn't take itself seriously, but it's good enough where it's like, people think it's like Chucky. It's not, because Chucky's like a possessed demon doll. This is just some lady made an AI thing. But I'm not spoiling this, but this is the beginning part, which you can tell right away they didn't give a fuck about feelings in the plot. A girl's in a car with her parents. Right away, the car gets smashed by a snowplow. The parents die, and now the kid, which is right away, 2 minutes into the show, is now living with her aunt, who doesn't give a fuck about anybody because she makes robot noise. So she just basically makes this robot woman go, I don't want to be your mom. So, and that's how it starts. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, they didn't give a shit about feelings at all. It's great. And the robot girl beats people up and fucked up people and kills a lot of people, rips an ear off a guy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like fighting the Viet Cong. She's making a fucking necklace. Good.
Does get one Asian guy, but not the whole Cong.
I actually read a script for a movie this weekend.
You write it too, Brad?
No, I just read it. Basically, the plot was there are these drug cartels, right? And what they do is they run a coup with the media and the governments of the world, so that everybody has to take their drugs, and they aren't allowed out of their house without drugs. And I thought, that's crazy. I take drugs for free.
Yo.
Very
and then
nice.
you put down the script?
That was Woody Harrelson's monologue from SNL.
Oh,
Started a whole controversy.
That makes
It was a
sense,
stupid joke about him doing drugs that people on the right were like, he's anti-vax, and people on the left were like, he's the Antichrist, he's anti-vax, and he was just like, I'm doing a stupid joke.
Why is Woody Harrelson hosting Saturday Night Live?
He's
got
doing
movie to promote.
Yeah, and I think you would love this movie. Okay? So what movie also is coming out on Hulu this week? We'll see how good you guys are.
I don't know. I don't have Hulu.
White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, that one. He's not in that.
Oh.
Yeah. So to compete with that, Woody Harrelson is a basketball coach.
Oh, no, I've seen that. Oh, no.
He shoves another coach, and he gets the Mighty Duck treatment for a team of special needs adults.
Well, he was in jail or something, wasn't he? Like in that, or no?
Yeah, because he shoved another.
Yeah,
coach
he
on
had
his
beat up
team,
another coach and got like in trouble, and then had to fucking leave. So then he has to coach kind of special needs. They see like it seems like some of them are just dyslexic. But yeah, he's got some mentals, and he has to coach them in basketball. I was like, what the fuck?
Do you like White Men Can't Jump? Do you like Mighty Ducks? Do you like retarded people? Then do we have a movie for you?
White Men Can Hum. That's what it's called. You just grab the leg like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you see the video going around of the guy on the bull, Pat?
No.
It's a kid with Down syndrome, and his teacher's in front of him, and it's an electric bull, and you can guess where it goes.
Oh, tell me.
He's just humping the shit out of this teacher.
Oh, I didn't. I thought he was gonna fall off. I think he was gonna hump it. The completion.
I don't. It looked like it.
Oh.
It's the best.
Was the bull happy?
It was an electric bull.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For her pleasure.
So clearly, you know, the guy operating the bull was like, I'm going to give this guy the time of his life.
Yeah, I know a bull operating guy. They love doing that stuff. Guy in comics does that. And sometimes when people get on there and they're drunk and their boyfriend will give them an extra $10 to go hit the button you're not supposed to hit, and they'll flip them off the fucking thing. There's a button they're not supposed to hit. And you hit that and the bitch goes flying. It's great.
Spinal cord injury button. I love it.
Yes. You have to learn a lot because he also knows that you can take the bull part off and turn that there's another part you can buy, so it becomes like a log rolling thing instead. So you can do that thing where you run on a log. They didn't get that yet because we have the capability.
That's amazing.
It. We can make it more dangerous.
Torture devices for drunk people. We need more of them.
Yeah, they have to sign a waiver though, so it's not really torture. They said it's okay. I like that. You're drunk and you're like, well, as long as you sign this. Here's my consent to getting hurt.
Yeah. Sign away your life. Go for it.
Bobby, my dumb weed show got canceled.
No.
Yeah. We're crazy. Pothead people couldn't put together a show properly.
Who'd have thought?
It's crazy.
I think that describes a certain podcasting company to a T.
Yeah. Speaking of dorks that we know, I got the gig by Jim Stansel hitting me up and going, hey, I know somebody. And then they hit me up through him. And then they asked me to promote it. I tried to. I was like, hey, can you guys like put information on the Eventbrite? And they're like, what? I'm like, on Eventbrite, it just says it's a show. It doesn't even say where. It just says give us money, kind of.
Yeah,
He's like, we can't put a lot more stuff on there, really. I'm like, well, kind of have to. When I went on the radio, I'm talking about it. They should know. He's like, well, we can't mention all this stuff. It's like we're giving away free dabs. I go, okay, we don't have to say that. We can say snacks and treats or something. You can just say that stuff's included with it, but we have to have a reason why. It's also in an awful area in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where most people don't want to go. And then I saw the whole lineup, and I'm like, hey, everyone on this show is a pothead, and I'm not, and they're also black. Do you guys think I'm a black pothead? The guy goes, well, if you're not, that's fine. So I don't think they even knew who I was when I was closing the show. So then the other day, he just goes, we're not going to be able to do it, man. And then he threw me some shade in the text. He was like, sorry, I can't do the show. Apparently, I'm the only one promoting it. And I was like, all right, bro. I didn't say shit, but I'm like, fuck you. I went on the radio trying to help you with it. You didn't ask me to do any of that. I promoted it out of the channel, the station said for 3 hours. I told you how to write up your event right. I posted about the shit. I just didn't see anything. So fuck weed. Sorry, Bobby.
Tards, man. Tards.
It's not weed's fault.
All right, I'm make sure
lazy stoners.
Right.
It's lazy stoners. And people who don't understand what I'm on a podcast means. And then send you 9 texts and try to call you.
Tiffany. God damn it, Tiffany. Stay away from my man. Yeah. Who's sending you texts? Well, shout him out.
No, just we're good. Anyway.
No, you can't. You brought it up.
What stories do we have?
You have one story about a podcast partner who won't tell the truth.
I think I've been pretty fucking open this episode.
No, these are all lies. There's no one named Jade that never came back.
Yeah, she threw herself at me, and I had to be like, "No, I'm in love with Tiffany."
No, that's not
the whole story. Yeah. Anyway,
I guess she was not a whore, despite her name.
No, she was. She was definitely a whore.
And you
Bobby thinks any woman that breathes is a whore. Bobby's an awful man. Does not understand that women are complex creatures.
No, just when I'm in a relationship with you and you fuck somebody else, I tend to call you a whore.
She's not a whore. She didn't take money. She's just friendly with her pussy.
Yeah. Exchange of goods and or services.
Maybe that guy's dick was cold. She was just being a gentleman. Or a lady, I guess.
Jesus.
Jesus would never do that.
He hung out with whores. Me and Jesus.
Like, Bobby, the joke I did on the album about getting molested?
Yeah.
I do a show Saturday, so I just used that one joke to say something. But all I said was I might have gotten molested when I was 6. And this guy goes, Jesus. I'm like, it wasn't him. I know he's everywhere. And I go, he couldn't have done it with the holes in his hands. So everybody laughed. One lady goes,
it's like how he jerks your dick off.
Yeah, well, I said that just being dumb. And a lady goes, he could use his fingers. It's like, I like this crowd. They're not mad at me for what I said. They're like, no, Pat, there's ways you can have done it.
Come on, man. Think outside the box.
Like they've had to deal with that specific problem themselves.
Yes.
Back in the day when I had gangrene and had a hole in my hand, I could still jerk my husband off.
Bobby, do you think there's still good people in the world?
No.
All right. Well, I'm proving you wrong with this story right here. And it's not from the New York Post.
Ooh.
Wow.
It's actually from a local news thing in Connecticut here that I saw on my thing. Police report says man tips waitress for meal before robbing the Waffle House. Oklahoma police said a man was arrested after he paid for a meal and even tipped the waitress before deciding to rob. So he paid for the whole meal. He tipped her. And then he stole. I kind of like that.
Well, you're gonna make it rain if you're gonna make it back. So why not, right?
I guess, yeah. You know what? Here's $1 billion.
It's like the old giving the prostitute money in GTA and then murdering her after.
By the way, they responded to a call for the armed robbery just before noon on Thursday. So this wasn't like nighttime. It's like 11:30 breakfast robbery. On the way to the restaurant, officers said they saw what appeared to be the suspect running southbound along a retaining wall of the highway. Police later identified him as Victor Don Juan Medina. By the way, Don Juan is one name. It's not hyphenated.
One word.
The parents were like ready. Victor Don Juan Medina, that kid's ready to fuck.
He's gonna rob a Waffle House at some point.
I guess he's born to do this. Authorities took Medina into custody and recovered a gun he was carrying. During an investigation, police said they found out Medina ate at the Waffle House before the robbery. He paid for his meal and even tipped the waitress before pulling a gun on an employee, demanding cash was registered running out. Police said Medina was charged with robbery with a firearm. Who's the piece of shit in this story? Is it Don Juan Medina? I mean, hey, he needed the money, but he was a gentleman. He appreciated the service he got. Most people don't do that anymore. She came there, she waited at the table. He had a lot in his mind, like, hey, I've got a gun. Hey, I'm going to rob this Waffle House. Hey, I'm going to run along a highway. I have no plans on how to get out of here, but I do want this lady's nice. I think he's kind of like I think Don Juan's kind of like a Bobby, where he's like, maybe I can be in love with this woman. Yeah, I'm going to ruin everything around me, but maybe I can write to her from jail someday. But he was trying to do something there. Isn't the waitress for not noticing the guy who's obviously like sweating and moving his gun around and asking like how much money's in the register, weird shit like that. Is it the guy who said, "Here, Don Juan, here's all the money"? I'm pretty sure a guy who's a dork robbing a place at 11:30, you can take out with one punch or throwing a waffle in his eye. Or is it the police who just didn't like say you're a dork, pat him on the head, and let him go? This guy's not hurting anybody. He's robbing a Waffle House when they have no money. Doesn't he realize that they get rid of the money throughout the day? At 11 o'clock, there's not much cash. Or is it the Waffle House? Grow up. You get robbed all the time. You have fights all the time. Do something. Get security. Do something. Hire Don Juan to work there. At least he has a gun. Who's the piece of shit? Andrea, go first.
Oh, Don Juan for sure. You know, like you mentioned, his name's Don Juan.
Well, it's Victor Don Juan Medina.
Yeah, whatever. Let think about which name he actually goes by. You know, he's not saying Victor the first day of class. It's Don Juan. So yeah, he's the POS in this for sure.
How? Why? Because he needed money. Because also he's sweet to the waitress.
Yeah, he was, but he's then he robs her. Well, yeah,
he's like Robin Hood. He was stealing from the rich, giving to the poor.
That's true. That's a good point. Robin Hood, I've looked into the revised history, not a great guy.
No, neither is Victor Don Juan Medina. So it doesn't have to be a great guy, but his intentions were good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like stealing from a homeless person, robbing a Waffle House. So that's why I think he's a POS. Like if he had robbed, even an Olive Garden, I'd give him a pass.
But what if you are going to a homeless person? You see that wacky thing in movies all the time. The homeless guy's got a big bowl of money, and you put in $1, but you take a $5. You know what I mean? Like you're a thief, but you still left something.
Well, but that's going incognito. When you're going overt, I can't support it. If you're just like, screw you, homeless man, and Spartan kicked his chest and took his entire plate of money, it's a bold move. But
you're pulling off Spartan kicks. You're doing bigger things than homeless guys.
That's true. That's true. That's kind of my point. You know, that if you're gonna rob someplace, you're gonna rob a restaurant. At least make sure it's like Olive Garden level or up. Waffle House.
Yeah, I get it. Like at Applebee's, yeah, they deserve it.
You're robbing the ashtray of restaurants. What are you doing?
It's like robbing a Chuck E. Cheese. What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, it might be okay to rob the kids. They deserve it.
They do, but all you get is tokens. I have gold. They're all excited. Like, what's that gold?
They didn't even get enough tickets for a prize.
He gets all the tickets. He wins a giant bear. Then he robs them. But he turned in all his tickets first. He sat there for like 20 minutes. Like
Bobby, any fingerprint to choose from?
Yeah, whatever. All of her ski balls.
It's the cops. They didn't do their job. Okay. Clearly, something transpired between him tipping the waitress and paying the meal.
Something did
that resulted in him robbing the Waffle House. Back in 2010, I believe, there was a pizza guy who had a bomb strapped to him, and he had to rob a bank as a result, or they were going to blow him up, and then they eventually blew him up when he didn't rob the bank. How do we know that's not what happened to Don Juan? In this day and age, they could have told him that his cell phone would blow up. I want some more investigation done before I'm willing to just accept the fact that he went from tipping and paying for his meal to robbing the restaurant.
See, I kind of agree with you that something else was up. I don't know if I'm going with that awesome conspiracy, which I like. I think it was a little easier. I'm guessing our boy Victor Don Juan Medina, Funky Cove Victor Don Juan Medina, I believe went there and was hot. But before he got hot, he was told by someone, hey, you got to go rob that Waffle House. He's like in a gang or some group or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And he got nervous.
Worst so then he got ever. Hot. You have to rob a Waffle House.
Well, it's not a great gang, but they're letting in Victor Don Juan Medina. But they need money. They're like, we're not going to hurt people anymore. We're going to rob establishments. You don't know. Think about it. When you live in a terrible neighborhood, we're saying, oh, Olive Garden's better, but the Waffle House might be the fancy restaurant in a shit neighborhood. It might be where he has to go. They know bitches make money. I'm sure Victor Don Juan Medina slept with he's like a Bobby at a camp. He slept with a bunch of women that work there, and then he heartbreaks later. So he goes there to rob it, but he's nervous about robbing it. He's never had this is his first robbery. So he gets high, and then he starts eating. He's not supposed to eat there, but when he gets high, he's like, "Oh, these waffles are hot." So I gotta have some waffles, and he's doing that, and he's getting high. He's flirting with the waitress, and he's forgetting why he's there. And he's like, "I'll just take the bill, please." And he tips her, and then he gets a text from his boss, whatever. He's like, "Did you rob it yet?" He's like, "Oh shit, I just paid my bill." He's like, "What? You paid your bill? I hope you didn't use a credit card, retard." He's like, "Oh, I didn't. I definitely didn't use a card or signed Victor Don Juan Medina and then tip on it and all." It's okay, dude. I used your credit card. Like, get the fuck out of there. Rob it. So he goes and he robs the place. And they're like, "Dude, you just paid for your bill." He's like, "Yeah, I want change or something. I don't know." Like, then he goes, "Which way to the highway?" Like, it's right there. You have a car? He's like, "Oh shit, I have a car. I left it at home. This is how high I am." And he just runs down the retaining wall. And they're like, "What are you doing?" And the guy who pulled him over to the cop is just like, "Why'd you do that? You know our gang is the gang who works with us. We're all filthy criminals. We would have just given you waffles." Like, God damn it. That's what I feel happy.
Maybe he was supposed to be planning a comedy show, but instead he went to Waffle House.
Oh no!
And
then he was supposed
found
to
out
me.
he booked you, and he found out no one came to the show, so he had to rob the Waffle House.
God damn, Victor Don Juan Medina. I will never forget that name.
Don Juan Medina.
But it's really written capital D-O-N, capital J-U-A-N, with no space.
One word.
Victor Don Juan Medina. But then again, that's just what this article wrote here. Maybe it's not that. Maybe he's just Victor Medina. They're like making fun of him because he was hitting on the waitress, like, "Oh, Don Juan." That was his gang name. Because he doesn't get laid, so they're making fun of him, like, "Oh, he's the Don Juan. Look at him."
Victor the Don Juan.
He said, "I fucked one guy named Don. Now I'm Don
lost.
Juan."
Victor Don lost Medina, more like it.
All right. You want another fun one before we go?
Yeah, let's do one more.
All right. Toddler points out hiding spot of fugitive to Kentucky police.
Oh,
Get this baby a badge. Bobby, you know what where I'm reading from now? New York Post.
New York Post.
A toddler in Williamsburg, Kentucky was praised by law enforcement after the child helped officers locate a fugitive while serving multiple outstanding warrants on the suspect on Friday. Deputies of the Whitley County Sheriff's Department are calling the toddler very brave and honest for assisting in the arrest after none of the adults at the residence would say where the fugitive was. So they don't know the guy. He's hiding, and the kid's like, "That's fucking over there." "It's good to be honest. We shouldn't lie," the unnamed small child told officers before pointing out where the suspect was hiding. Oh, dude, if I was the guy hiding, I'd be so mad. Like, "Uncle Joe's over there in the Tina Hicks, 40, dude, great name for trash, hiding someone. 45 was found in the bathroom and swiftly taken into custody. Tina Hicks.
Amazing.
Just in the bathroom. "Somebody's in here. Not Tina."
They didn't look in the bathroom?
The toddler who was only visiting the home. He didn't even live there. He's an asshole kid. Oh, that kid got beat. I hope not. I think the kid's a hero. I hope they let the kid away.
Why.
First of all, if you're a kid visiting criminals, they should take the kid away. You know, like, why are you visiting? The toddler, who was only visiting the home, was in the wrong place at the wrong time. The deputies would have dealt with the well-being of the child if they believed he was in danger. All right, whatever. Tina Hicks looks like a Tina Hicks, by the way. She has every tattoo on her, several neck tattoo with her name on her neck. So it's a good time. They did blur out the beat. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's her name.
I'm sorry. That's the mom. Oh, wait, no, that is. I can't tell if it's Tina Hicks. He was healthy, intelligent, and in no way appeared to be abused, the sheriff's officer said.
Yet.
Yeah. He's now in the bathroom. Hicks was served with 2 outstanding warrants for possession of meth and drug paraphernalia, while also served with an additional 4 outstanding court warrants, which law officers did not specify. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is it the kid for ratting out? You don't fucking rat out people. You came over the house. Now, if it's Tina's house, and if that kid got snacks, that kid's an asshole. That kid got no snacks. I get why they ratted out. The kid was like, I'm hungry. Or can I watch Bluey or something? They're like, no, you're going to watch Monster Trucks. Like, all right, bitch is in the bathroom. I get that. Is it Tina Hicks fucking having meth on her, hanging out with a toddler? You do one or the other. After that, you get the toddler. You don't do both at the same time. You can't not two birds with one stone. Is it the parents of, you don't even bring them up with the parents of toddler saying, hey, let's go over that house quick, where Tina Hicks is hiding in the fucking bathroom. Or how about this? Who told the police? Toddlers don't have phones. We didn't get that part of the story. Why were the police just busting into the house? If you even think there's a chance there can be a raid looking for Tina Hicks that day, maybe don't invite a toddler over your house. That might not be the move. Or, as Bobby kind of put out, but I was going to say anyway, it's the police for not going right to the bathroom. Like, they didn't say she was like in the toilet or like hiding in the walls. She's just she had the shower curtain closed and laying down. I'm not in here. I'm just a rubber ducky. Like, what was it? Who's the piece of shit of the story? Bobby, you go first.
Okay. So there are two pieces of shit. But really it comes down to this. If a toddler is the one who tells you where somebody is, you shouldn't be a cop anymore. Like, if a toddler can find somebody and you can't, that should be. But also,
toddlers are awful at hide and seek and peekaboo.
The snitch ass kid. All right? Don't talk to the cops. That's rule 1 in life. They're not there to help you. You take your Fifth Amendment and you sort it out in court.
Well, for that kid, the kid said it's always good to be honest and tell the truth. No, but what that means, that kid's raised with criminals. For a toddler to already know that sentence means bad things happen all the time. Like, he's always near an uncle who's probably like, that guy's gonna diddle him. It's like, just tell us if he touches you. Shit like that thing. Mommy sometimes robs stores, the dad says. Tell me when mommy's drinking or sleeping with Uncle Jim. Be honest. The kid knows something he doesn't need to know you.
Hey, Mr. Toddler, where's your
Mr. Toddler?
Where's your auntie hiding? And he just goes, Are you claiming the Fifth Amendment? You're 3 years old. How do you know what that means?
Yeah. First of all, it's not my aunt. They make me call her that shit. It's not Aunt Tina. She's a whore.
Mommy says when the cops talk, I go 5. I invoke 5.
He's like knocking on the wall. What are you doing? I'm just playing along to this song, not sending baby Morris code to Tina in the bathroom. Run, bitch, run.
4. Do you mean 5? I meant 5. Yeah, 5 Amendment.
5. Second.
Well, I mean, illegal search and seizure.
3. Tina's a soldier, and she's living in our house forcibly.
Tina Hicks on the lam. I hope Tina Hicks and Victor Diamond and Tina meet each other. They deserve each other.
Oh, I was just hoping Tina was Bill's wife. And I got a snitch ass nephew.
Andrea, who's the piece of shit in the story?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of have to agree with Bobby here, because I was thinking the kid at first, but then it's like, they're a toddler. It's kind of like being drunk. It's almost like, truth serum via age. But yeah, if the cops have to, well, I mean, that is what children are. They're basically blackout alcoholics who slowly sober up. But like, if the cops, yeah, if the cops didn't think to look in the bathroom, it would be one thing if there's like a secret hiding compartment that the child directed to 5-0s to, but they didn't think to look in the bathroom.
The child knew where the secret compartment was.
Well, I mean, if you see him get into the coffin, it's not that impressive, but then maybe the cops wouldn't think to look there.
See, they didn't tell us where they found her in the bathroom, so maybe there was a hiding spot. Maybe Bobby's alluding. Maybe they put the kid in there.
Yeah, she disguised herself as an upper decker and hid in the tank.
Yeah,
no, like that didn't happen.
You haven't seen her picture. She passed.
Then she is the piece of shit.
Tiffany, is that you?
Oh.
Tina Hicks. He's busted. And they blurred out the baby's face when Tina was holding her. They were friends.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
The baby.
That baby's cool. That baby's like famous in its daycare. You know, it's like no one's gonna hang out with that kid now. You're telling us.
Yeah. He's already got facial tattoos. It's weird. It's weird. Just a white trash
He's a
thing.
real star at the Child Protective Service home they moved him to.
But no, it also sucks. Is like, I'm guessing that kid's not gonna be a bright kid. Just the fact that your family's friends with Tina Hicks and you're with these meth people, you're usually not gonna do well. So that kid probably peaked at 3. Like that's like the highlight. That kid will be bragging in a bar 30 years from now. That was me who busted Tina. And Tina's like, I know, I'm the bartender now. You don't gotta keep telling the same story. I'm 60.
Also, Tina's gonna get out in like 3 years and beat the shit out of that kid.
It sounds like Tina had 6 warrants. I don't know how soon Tina's getting out.
Yeah,
4
it's not like
warrants
it's
they wouldn't talk
California,
about.
They just let you out. It's Oklahoma.
Shake.
Right? Yeah.
It's my
Shake,
take.
shake, shake.
It's
Shake
Oklahoma,
that
which means 2 of
baby.
the warrants once she slept with a black guy and they didn't like easy. Tina.
Probably.
It's like, Tina now will be looking for pen pals.
Oh, yeah, we should
Hit up
write
Ben
her.
Ortiz.
Ben Ortiz, you can help out there too. Perfect. Yeah, I think the piece of shit in this story is whoever the toddler's parents are. Tina is a criminal. We know this. We shouldn't be visiting Tina. A toddler is a toddler. Drunk or not, Andrea. Can't make decisions on where it goes. You get picked up, you get brought places.
Yep.
If you're gonna go hang out with criminals, you don't bring your kid along. It's like when you go to a party and everybody's drinking, like, who brought their baby? It's like,
They probably brought the kid on purpose because they thought it would be like a diversion. Like, oh, you can't search this place. We have our child here, and then the child's like, she's in there.
Also, I like how the cops weren't like, hey, let's get this kid out of here. They're like, hey, do you know where the criminal is? Do you want to be the one that's not smart enough to realize Tina's gonna kill you because she's a meth head?
It would be great if the scenario was what both you guys are saying, where there was like questions. I'm guessing the police knocked at the door and said, "Hi, you're just looking for Tina Hicks," and the kid goes, "Bathroom."
Yeah.
That was like, what the fuck? The kid's like, "Yeah, I can't lie." You didn't try.
Yeah.
They didn't.
You had to be asked a question first. You don't just volunteer it, you little shit.
Tina's in there. I know. Tina's using my potty. I know the potty myself now, like Tina.
Exactly.
Okay, Mr. Officer. If I tell you, do I get immunity?
I like how your impression of a child is that he had his tongue burnt by all the tea in the world.
By his meth head aunt, yeah.
No, he's not being abused.
You don't snitch on your aunt if you're not being abused.
I would call my aunt.
Well, what if he's just not getting his cut?
Yeah, he got no meth.
Sounds like abuse to me.
Yep.
Maybe they put fentanyl in his baby formula and he's mad.
Lucky him.
That would piss me off.
It's a cool ass baby. It's Dr. House of Babies.
On that note, Andrea, please tell people where they can follow you. Let's see all that kind of stuff.
I'm pretty much doing nothing these days. But you can follow me on Twitter, Andrea from SLC, and that's about it. If anything happens to me, if I end up doing something interesting, you'll be knowing about it on Twitter first.
Nice. And then if we don't find out, is there a toddler that will tell us?
No, but I don't know. My cat's like kind of a toddler.
There you go.
Age.
What would the cat wouldn't tell on you? You feed the cat. So.
Well, did you see her biting me earlier?
Yes.
Like, she's
yeah.
aggressive. She's mean. She'll turn on me in a dime. It's no problem.
Speaking of people that turn on you, Bobby, how's Tiffany? And Tina, whatever it is. Let's see. Bobby, tell us stuff.
This weekend I'm in Twin City at a VFW with Earl. If you feel like coming out. Following weekend I'm at Scotty's Comedy Cove with Gino. Woo! And the weekend after that I think I'm with Earl again, maybe.
Nice.
So be on the lookout and check out the Davey Max Sports Program. We had Billy Mitchell on this week. Big episode.
Who is Billy Mitchell?
The midget video game player.
Oh, nice. Midget video game player?
You ever seen the movie Pixels?
Yes.
He inspired that character.
Oh, okay. But it's not.
People claim he cheated at Donkey Kong. I don't agree. I tend to be on Billy's side and say he's the best video game player of all time.
So Billy being on the podcast with you was a good get for you, but a great day for Billy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm guessing that Billy doesn't have a lot. We could probably get Billy on here.
We could not. Billy's
What?
very persnickety. He knows Eastside Dave has his back.
Persnickety? Bobby, you can't wait a whole show to break that word out.
Yeah, that was my word of the day.
Good for
Very
you.
nice.
Persnickety Don Juan Medina. That's my name of the day. Join us on the Patreon. We've got bonus episodes there. You can check those out. Only $3 a month. Help support the show. We appreciate you. If you can't do that, you don't have the money, just subscribe over on the YouTube. We're at a little over 900 people now, so check that out there. What do I got going on? Oh, this weekend I'm on PLR from 3 to 7, and then I am hosting the 20th anniversary year of the 5K Shamrock and Roll road race, where they only take like 150,000 runouts, which is insane. I don't know. I have to host at 6:30 in the morning. I have to memorize all these stupid sponsors and say it. The news will probably be there, and then they drink heavily afterwards, and I have to give out awards. So there's going to be a lot of that shit. Same place where the Rolling Stones used to play in New Haven without telling anybody. You can be drunk after a race and drink. Well, I say you're a winner. So check out that as well. If you're, if you on the lookout at the end of next month, I mean, I'll have announcements soon for when the album's coming out. By the way, Andrea, thank you for coming so much tonight. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, that was really fun, man. You're hilarious.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But I can't wait to hear the magic that Bobby does and everybody does with the album and stuff, which will be coming out late March, it sounds like. So, Andrea, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me,
Bobby.
guys.
If you can't join them, beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.